9 quarterback. I'm Nicholas Walker, number 11, and I play quarterback.
14 Versace, wide receiver. 17 John Hunter, running back, linebacker.
20 Daniel Shea, left tight end.
Herbert's number 21, I'm tight end. Number 23 Miles Gilbert, running back, wide receiver, cornerback.
My name is Bill Brewer, and I'm number 28, and I play defensive back and receiver.
Eric Lanier, number 30, right tackle and middle linebacker.
Nick Davila, I'm 3-back and outside linebacker.
Cody Alsop, number 33, linebacker.
Pittman, 35, 2-back.
Nick Suddy, 36, defensive line.
Brian Ford, number 40, I play middle linebacker and right guard.
Ryan Dixon, number 46, defensive linebacker.
48, Kenny Campbell, running back.
George Smith, 50, offensive guard.
Jamal, 55, I play central.
Jake Ray, 59, play safety.
Wesley Johns, number 62, left end.
70 Nelson, I play offensive center and defensive nose guard. Johnny Aguirre, number 72, I play offensive guard.
Ron Hernandez, play defensive tackle. I'm Michael Love, number 80, and I play right receiver / cornerback.
Scott Lemon, number 86, halfback. Scott Boshaw, number 90, right guard.
Max Linger, 91, right guard.
Sean Garcia, 93, offensive line and middle line.
I'm David Sylvester, number 94, I play defensive line and kickoff team.
I'm Harmon, 96, and I play defensive line and offensive line.
My brother is 97, I play safety.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Neck rotation to the left. Ready, begin. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Check it out. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go. Who are we? What do we do? Do we ever quit? No, sir. Do we ever quit? No, sir. Step into our arena. 1, 2, 3. Hey, go. Good job. Good job. No, I'm the rock. What do you mean? No. All right, good job, man. Good job. Good job. Ready? Go. Set. Go. Set. Hey. John. Coach Walker.
Love you like.
Ready, hip.
Got a baby Nick. Got a baby Nick. Good tackle. Good job, fella.
Ready, hip.
Guys.
Got a wrap, Jonesy. All right. Ready.
Number 4, Braden McKnight. Number 11, Nick Walker. Number 12, Stephen Clayton. Number 14, Omid Versace. Number 17, John Hunter. Number 20, Daniel Shea. Number 21, Eric Herbert. Number 23, Miles Gilbert. Number 28, Bo Brewer. Number 30, Eric Lanier. Number 32, Nick Davila. Number 33, Cody Alshoffer. Number 35, Jake Pittman. Number 36, Nicholas Suddy. Number 37, Matthew Herman. Number 38, Samuel Mudd. Number 40, Ryan Ford. Number 46, Ryan Davidson. Number 48, Kenny Campbell. Number 50, Jesse Norris. Number 55, Jordan DeMulder. Number 59, Jacob Ray. Number 62, Wesley Jones. Number 70, Robert Nelson. Number 72, Johnny Aguirre. Number 74, Brian Hernandez. Number 80, Michael Love. Number 86, Scott Lemon. Number 90, Scott Beauchamp. Number 91, Maxwell Engler. Number 93, Sean Garcia. Number 94, David Sylvester. Number 96, Matthew Harmon. And number 97, Marcelino Valdez.
From Poway High School, this is George Landon of Video Sports Productions, and today it's Pop Warner football, the Pee Wee variety. That's the kids from 9 to 12, and the 70 through 115-pound bracket. Oceanside Wildcats, they're in white and green numbers, and in all green and the gray is the Poway Gladiators, and they're going to receive the kick. The Gladiators.
Fielded by Scott Lemon. Scott breaks the tackle.
Scott Lemon picking it up. The short kick. Ball up to the 34-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Gladiators of Poway. They don't. Nice team out there from the Las Vegas area. Brandon McKnight and Nick Walker, the quarterbacks. McKnight pitches out on a first play from scrimmage off the left side for the Gladiators. Nice little gain across the 35-yard line. Miles Gilbert, the ball carrier.
Bring up 2nd down and 6.
2nd down and 6 yards to go. Second down and 6 yards to go for Poway. One receiver split wide to the right. 3 back in the backfield. A low snap. Handled nicely. Straight up the middle for a good gain.
Ball carried by number 48, Kenny Campbell.
Kenny Campbell took that low snap and got it across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Timeout on the field. No score, just the starting of this game here at Poway High School. We'll be right back. And the officials are measuring for the 1st down, and it's going to be about 3 or 4 inches.
3rd down and just inches to go for the Poway Gladiators.
So less than a half a yard for the Poway Gladiators on their first initial drive of the ball game. Again, Nick Walker and Brandon McKnight, the quarterbacks, switching off every alternating plays, says their coaches. Quarterback keeper on that one. They get the 1st down and more, close to midfield. So the Gladiators moving the football on the ground, and they got a 1st down at midfield.
Ball carried on that one by number 4, Braden McKnight.
Head coaches for the Gladiators is John Walker. Assistant coach is Mike Lanier. Also Ron Olshofer, along with Ron Allen, Steve Gilbert, and Marcelino Valdez.
Here we go, 1st down, Poway.
1st down at 10 at the 50-yard line. The young Poway Gladiators. A pitch out, it goes awry, but being able to get to it is Varsucci. And he goes all the way down to the 40-yard line on the sweep.
He gains almost 10 yards on that one. That might be a 1st down. We'll have to wait and see what he...
Varsucci on a nice play, getting it all the way down to about the 40-yard line, and it is a first down just across the 40-yard line. Versace had to take that one out of bounds, and he had to make something out of it, and you love to see a young athlete have the presence of mind to be able to pick up the football and do something with it, make it a positive play, and he did that time. First down and 10, the ball at the just close to the 40-yard line for the Poway Gladiators. The Wildcats on defense have not been able to stop the running game so far. And we have a flag on the field. Illegal procedure against the Gladiators.
That's going to be a 5-yard penalty. They'll repeat the first
Somebody
down.
moved in the backfield, so now you're going to move it back 5 yards, a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15. 15 yards to go on first down, and this one goes to Versace. Versace Ahmed getting a couple of yards off the left side of the offensive line. The short side of the field, and it is now at the 43-yard line. So maybe you give them a yard or two. Second down and quite a bit. Let's see what they decide to do on second down. They have not passed the football in this contest. You will see more passing from the Pee-wee variety than you will in the junior Pee-wee. And they try a trick play. The ball is on the ground, and who has it? Did the green and gray recover?
Looks like Poway did recover.
Looks like they did, so it'll be third down.
Looks like about 20
And they're going to have 20 as they lose about 8 or 9 yards on the play. It was a mishandled handoff on a reverse. And the Wildcats were right there. They almost had the football. The Wildcats now, seeing that the Gladiators are keeping the ball on the ground, they are starting to get a little penetration now towards trying to stop the Gladiators. Third down and 20. But here's the first pass of the game. It's to Versace, and he makes the play. Versace catches it at the 32, but it's going to be short of a first down as he was stopped by Cody
That's going to bring up fourth down. Looks like
Botel.
maybe 3 yards to go.
Cody Botel was in on the play for the Wildcats. Fourth down and a couple of yards to go. Nice passing play that time. Versace making a reception. And they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Here we go, fourth down. Looks like Poway's going for it.
Big defensive stand here for the Wildcats early in the game. And here's Miles Gilbert. Gilbert trying to get blockers. He won't have them as a pursuit will stop Miles Gilbert and the Gladiators. And it'll be first down on downs as they turn it over to Oceanside.
As the teams are trading out on the field.
Got some good.
About $500 worth of merchandise.
And
They're right by the concession.
it's first down and 10. 35-yard line for the Wildcats. The handoff, and they're on their first play. They want to go straight up the middle, back at you.
Taken down by number 23, Miles Gilbert, and number 14, Omid Versace.
Versace and Gilbert in on the play.
Ball carried by number 40, Kyle Grantham. Looks like a gain of about 6 yards.
Kyle Grantham was the ball carrier, and Grantham gets him across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Little breeze starting up here in Poway. Beautiful day here on November the 18th, 2000.
Here we go, second down, Oceanside.
The handoff, and it's straight up the middle, but they're not going to get anything out of that one as that interior defensive line is able to stiffen up that time.
On that play, it's going to bring up third down. Looks like 2 yards to go.
Brian Hernandez was in on the play, number 74 for the Gladiators. So it's now going to be third down and 2 yards to go. Hernandez in with a host of others.
Was made by a host of Gladiators.
And the short play here for third down. The handoff, and he's going to get the first down.
Ball carried again by number 40, Kyle
Grantham
about 5 yards
taking a handoff from his quarterback, Anthony Jordan.
to the Oceanside Wildcats
And the Wildcats on their
on their own.
first initial set of downs are able to extend and get a new set of yards, stick, mark, as we go from the 48-yard line, first down and 10.
Here we go with first down and 10 for Oceanside.
Anthony Jordan, and there's a flag on the play.
This is a motion call against Oceanside.
Motion penalty against the Wildcats, so it'll bring it back.
Gonna bring up first down.
First down and 15.
15 for Oceanside.
Ball marked at about the 43-yard line. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. You have no score between the Wildcats and the Gladiators. Head coach Kenny Akuso for the Wildcats. Donnie Nichols, assistant coach. Cal Coker, assistant coach Cindy Feely, and Kanani Feely. Jordan on a quarterback keeper, and that one fools not the man number 23 as he's able to ride him down, Miles Gilbert. Good job on pursuit by Gilbert. And so now it's going to be second down.
Oceanside looks like about 20 yards to go.
Just under 20 yards to go for him. First down, they got to get out of the 42-yard line of the Gladiators. And they've got it at their own 38, not going in the right direction are the Wildcats. But that's because of the defense of the Gladiators in the last couple of plays, as well as a penalty. Here's the pitch out, and this one is not materializing too well either. As coming in to make the play again is Gilbert.
Again, number 23.
Gilbert on that right side, quick. Akuso
About 3 or 4 yards on
didn't have a way to get away from Miles Gilbert. Gilbert too much speed to ride him down. Third down, the ball is at the 34-yard line. Serious passing down here or some sort of deception play from the running formation. And they're going to run it, but no deception there. As coming up to make the play very nicely is Omid Versace.
He was taken down by number 17, John Hunter.
Hunter and Versace in there on the play. And
This has got to bring up fourth down.
fourth down. They lose a yard. And obvious kicking for the Wildcats.
Back to kick, Oceanside.
Versace is back deep, and it goes over his head. He gets it about the 33. Versace goes to his right, gets around a couple of tacklers, and then finally is brought down on the play by Kyle Grantham. Nice job by Kyle getting down to make the tackle. Short gain of maybe about 6 yards, and we're going to take a timeout. There's no score here in the first quarter. First down and 10, a ball at the 40-yard line for the Poway Gladiators. Full house backfield, hand off to the first man busting through. And that is Nick Davila. And Davila off the right side. Gains a couple of yards, tough yards. Make it second down and 8.
Looks like a gain of about 3 yards on that one. Going to bring up second down for Poway. Ball carried on that one.
Minute 22 counting down towards the end of the first quarter. Brandon McKnight is a quarterback on this play, and he's going to hand off.
Ball carried straight up the middle.
Looked like it was
by number 86.
Nick Sadi. So a gain of a couple more yards.
3 yards on that one. It's going to bring up third down. Looks like 4 yards to go.
Third down and about 4 yards to go for the Gladiators. The Wildcats want us to try to stop them here and turn the football to a situation where they have to try to kick it or go for it on a fourth down. The pitch, that time by Nick Walker is not very good, and the Wildcats are there. Nice job getting over there to make the play.
A loss of about 6 yards on that one. That's going to bring up fourth down and long for Poway.
And it is now going to be fourth down and 11 yards to go. And there is the horn signifying the end of the first quarter of action here at Poway High School.
Been a tight game.
It is no score between the Wildcats and the Gladiators. We'll be right back. Fourth down, long yardage to go. Kicking the football, Omid Versace, and it's picked up there at the 34-yard line. Gain of a couple of yards. Kyle Grantham.
On that one made by number 29, Justin Cannon. Short return on that one. The Oceanside Wildcats will take over the ball on their own 37-yard line.
They actually say it was Justin Cannon was the ball carrier, so we'll give that to him. They've got the binoculars.
Stop made on that play by number 80, Michael Love.
First down and 10. Ball at about the 37.
Oceanside. Ball carried by 8.
Nice dodge of a would-be tackler at the 46-yard line, as going flying by him was Versace. Nice run by Akuso. Kenneth Akuso, brilliant run towards the near side, and they've got a first down at the 46-yard line to the Wildcats of Oceanside. They've got something brewing here. Anthony Jordan, the quarterback. Jordan going to hand it to his the fullback, and his fullback gets some good yardage. Grantham.
Looks like he might have picked up.
Grantham getting it across the 45 down to about the 42-yard line.
5 yards. That's going to bring up second down.
Second down and 5. Johnny Aguirre comes into the contest now.
Second down for the Oceanside.
Coming out was Nick Sotti. He was hurt on the last play. On second and 5, there's a collision in the backfield, and that's going to mess up the play. As coming in there to make the play was Kenny Campbell.
And number 72, Johnny
Campbell got
that's going to bring up
a good penetration off his spot there, and he got into the backfield and was able to grab a hold of the ball carrier and bring him down. But, of course, the Wildcats didn't help out as there was a mix-up back there. It's understandably so. Pop Warner football. Still learning the game, trying to get it all together by the time you go to high school. Full house backfield. Hands it off to his running back. And just a short gain on the play.
He is stopped after a gain of a yard or two by number 48, Kenny Campbell.
Kenneth Akuso.
Number 50.
Akuso
And number 33, Cody Alston.
gets it to the 45-yard line almost, but it's going to be 4th down and long yardage to go.
Going to bring up 4th down for Oceanside.
And they're going to punt it. Versace back deep. Kind of a squibbing kick. It goes over Versace's head, and he won't touch it, which is good. The Wildcats do, and down it right there at the 22-yard line. A good job by Versace to get away from the football. If he touches it, the Wildcats have a chance to get it. Timeout. For us, 7:02 left to play, no score. And 7:02 left to play until the first half. The quarterback is Walker. He hands off to his fullback, and he's got running room. He's got 2 men to beat. He's got a blocker on the near side. He gets past that block and is able to make the stop. The Wildcat defender saving the touchdown at the 24-yard line.
Down after a nice pursuit by number 33, Terrence Boranek. But not until about a 50-yard gain on that play.
Terrence Brannick was the man who made the stop. Otherwise, that would have been a touchdown. First down at the 25-yard line, and now it's the Gladiators that have something brewing. This is the deepest penetration of the defensive side of the field, and here they go now. It's down inside of 15. They seem to be able to open up holes now, and it's starting to work again for the Gladiators.
1st and 10, Poway from the 14-yard line.
First down, the ball is at the 14-yard line. Ball carrier on that last play was Miles Gilbert. Hand off to straight man through. It's Kenny Campbell. Campbell for about 3 yards.
By number 44, Shane Anderson.
Coming in now to run the offense is Brandon McKnight. Nick Walker doing a good job getting him all the way down to the 11-yard line. McKnight has had some troubles with the pitch outs. Let's see what he can do here. QB, and he's just going to hand it off, the simple handoff.
By number 23,
Miles Gilbert again, and Gilbert looking for running room off the right side. Gains a tough yard before he's brought down.
Looks like a long 6 yards.
5 minutes or thereabouts left to play in the first half. We have no score, but the Gladiators are threatening of Poway. Ball just inside the 10-yard line, a 3rd down. Back in there at quarterback is Nick Walker. Walker, the quick pitch. The toss out to Gilbert. Gilbert has running room. Gilbert might be in the end zone. And he is stopped short of the end zone. Miles Gilbert.
And it looks like he is just short of.
Gets him just shy of the touchdown on a nice pitch again by Nick Walker. The Walker-Gilbert combination. The ball just narrowly touching the goal line. First down and goal to go. Poway trying to get a score here in the first half. And in comes Nick Walker's teammate, his alternate at quarterback, Brandon McKnight. McKnight obviously given the plays from his head coach, John Walker, or any one of the assistants. That deal with the offensive set. Official timeout on the field. Brandon McKnight.
And here we go with the first down.
McKnight's going to take it himself. Touchdown! Brandon McKnight gets in.
McKnight. Let's hear it for Poway.
6-0, the Gladiators of Poway. McKnight calling his own number. Well, doubtful that he can do that in the Pee-wee.
Johnny Aguirre.
Here's Johnny Aguirre. The kick at the ball, snap down at the 10. The kick is up, is high enough, long enough, and it's good. 7. They get 2 points in
Score with about 4 minutes and
Pop Warner Pee-wee football.
Poway 8. Oceanside.
It is 8-0. Good job done on the special teams. We'll be back. Yeah, as they play, seems like an anthem in football. Who let the dogs out? Poway Gladiators definitely showing their doggedness to get on a scoreboard here in the first half. They lead 8-0.
Here we are with Poway ready to kick.
Johnny Aguirre, who just put the 2 points on the board, and he kicks it. It is short at the 45-yard line.
At their own 45-yard line.
It'll be first down at 10 for the Wildcats of Oceanside. First and 10 at the 45-yard line, their own, good field territory.
45-yard line.
The Wildcats have 3 wide receivers, or 3 wideouts to the right side, and they just basically tried to stretch the defense out laterally. And it was enough to get the quarterback a couple of yards, Anthony Jordan. Oftentimes at this stage of football, the youngsters really don't spread out too far. They will usually stay towards the middle of where that football is. The idea is to teach the youngsters what that could mean at a higher level. And maybe get some confusion going. Slightest little confusion can go a long way. And this time it works. Basically the same formation with 3 wideouts to the right. And they were able to run it off the short side of the field, get across the midfield out to the 46. It'll be 3rd down and 1. The head coach Kenny Akuso trying some things over there with his offense. And see what that defense can do with the adjusting. Jordan, the quarterback, and he hands it off to the big man. He's going to be close to the first down. Kyle Grantham running it again. Very close. They're probably going to have a measurement. No, they say he was short of it. Just a few inches, 4th down, and short yardage to go. And they may just elect to give it to Grantham again. Maybe even that same set with the 3 wideouts. And here they come to the wide side of the field.
Big 4th down play for Oceanside.
And it goes straight up the middle. Quarterback keeper looks like Anthony Jordan. And Jordan's got a first down.
First down, Oceanside.
Jordan's got it now at the 43-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 from there.
Anthony Jordan, the quarterback.
2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the first half, and they'll wind it up as the new set of downs and the down markers are set.
1st and 10 for Oceanside on the Poway 43.
The Wildcats trying to get a tying score here in the first half. They're working against the clock, though. This time they do not spread them out wide, and it confuses them, and it works against them. This time they try a different formation, and there was some confusion back there, and it cost them 5 yards.
5-yard penalty. That's going to bring up 4.
Who knows? Kenny Akuso might go back to that same thing that was working for him on the previous series of downs. Well, either way, they want to talk about it. 8-0. Gladiators. We'll be right back.
Here we we go with the replay of first down.
And here we go, first down just inside midfield at the 48-yard line. They're going to hand it off. The run play is going to go off the left side, bringing a couple of tackles. But that's all he's going to get is a couple of yards on the play.
Up about 3 yards on that one. It's going to bring up second down.
Look, it was Kyle Grantham, I believe.
2 minutes in this first half of Poway Gladiator football.
You heard it down inside. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Not a lot of penalties in this game. This game's been played pretty good. Coming off the field, Nick Walker and Versace back onto the field.
Second down, Oceanside.
And here's a little screen pass, and that ball is still good, and he has to go after and get it. Nice job done by Brannick. Terrence realized that was a lateral, and he better go get the football. Otherwise, he gives it up to the guys in the green and the gray helmets. Flag on the play.
Looks like a legal procedure call.
Illegal procedure.
Against Oceanside.
But, of course, the Gladiators would have declined that penalty if they got the football. So that's why Brannick made a good head decision to go get the football.
It's going to bring the ball back to the 45-yard line of Oceanside.
Third down. And a long way to go for a first down. More the Wildcats of Oceanside. Along the coast. Taking that I-5, Oceanside, the city. Pitch out.
Pitch back to number 8, Kenneth Akuso.
Akuso trying to make something. Akuso's finally dragged down across the 45 to the 46. Pittman making the stop.
2 yards on that play. It's going to bring up fourth down for Oceanside.
Took too long for that play to develop, and the Gladiators were there to shut that one down. Fourth down, clock running down inside 30 seconds, and they are going to punt it away.
Back to receive the kick.
Are the Wildcats. Versace back deep to receive. He's standing at the 29-yard line. This kick is going to be blocked. They got in there and blocked it. However, getting it, and it might work out for him. Grantham. Grantham's still going. He's at the 38, the 35, the 30. Grantham's at the 20. Grantham's down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Kyle Grantham. Kyle Grantham picked up the blocked kick and ran it all the way down to the 13-yard line, and it'll be first down with 3 seconds left to go in a half. What an odd play. We'll be right back. First down, the ball is at the 13-yard line, and but the problem is there's only 3 seconds left for the Wildcats, so the clock is in the favor of the Gladiators, limiting the Wildcats to only one play here. Anthony Jordan underneath the center. Jordan drops back for pass. Jordan has a block, but Jordan's got to get to the corner. Jordan's trying to get to the corner. He shakes one tackle at the 15, but they're going to push him out, and that's going to do it in the first half. Enough green and gray were able to get over there to make sure that Jordan didn't get into the end zone. And the Gladiators go off the field leading in the first half here at Poway High, 8-0.
And then we're going to do an introduction of the cheerleading squad for Poway. Poway cheerleaders, we're having a cheerleaders. Come on, give it up for them. They give their heart out there every week for these guys.
Going to kick off is Johnny Aguirre for the Poway Gladiators. And this one's going to be a short one. It didn't go the proper distance.
But it rolls out of bounds.
It did not make it to the 50-yard line. Since the kick from the 40, it's got to go 10 on the onside kick. So there goes the yellow hanky, and so now
while they're getting set up there, we'd like to also let you know about
the ball will be placed at the 48-yard line for the Oceanside Wildcats.
Have an opportunity to win about $500 worth of merchandise. There's a $100 gift certificate to the good guys, a Circuit City compact disc player and CD holder, a free 6-foot party sub from Subway in the Twin Peaks Plaza.
8-0 is your score.
Certificate to the Chicken Pie Diner.
Brandon McKnight scored the touchdown.
A $20 gift certificate to Italia Mia, and we'll get you the rest of those in just a moment after this next play.
And Johnny Aguirre got the 2 points on the conversion. Anthony Jordan for the Wildcats, handing it off straight up the middle. Host of defenders for the Gladiators in on the play.
Number 36, Nick Sadi.
Sadi in on the stop.
Looks like a gain of about 3 yards on that one. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 to go.
2nd and 7.
Wildcats. They're operating from the Poway 45-yard line.
The ball is at just inside the 45 for the Wildcats. Remember, Oceanside had a kick block prior to the end of the first half, and they had to run all the way down to the 13-yard line, but on one play was not able to put it in.
Pitch back to number...
Kenny Alcuso. Alcuso dodges a couple of tackles, and he keeps, with the help of his teammate, pushing the pile forward.
Ball carried on that one by number 8.
Across the 45 down to the 44.
Looks like a gain of about a yard on that play.
Short gain, 3rd down for Alcuso.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6.
And 6 yards to go.
Fumble at the line on the snap.
Fumble, a mishandled snap by the quarterback from the center, and they're going to give it away on a turnover here in the second half.
That ball was recovered by number 70, Robert. Number 70, Robert Nelson on the recovery.
Nelson getting the fumble recovery for the Gladiators, and it's now going to be 1st down and 10 for the Glads. They're at the 45-yard line of the Wildcats. So being able to get the benefit of a onside kick that didn't go the distance, they weren't able to make anything out of that. And so they turn it over on a fumble. On a first play here in the second half. A gain of about 4 yards. Quarterback Nick Walker, and Walker comes out, and Brandon McKnight, who scored the touchdown, is into the contest now. McKnight was 2nd down and a long 5. And he is not the man receiving it back there. That looked like it was Matt Herman. Or rather, Matt Harmon. Matt Harmon was back there. And he wasn't able to do much with that, as the snap was kind of slow and he had a hard time trying to handle it. The loss of 5 on a play, 3rd down and 10. Ball is resting at their own 45-yard line. Wildcats would love to stop them here and get the football back. 1 man or 3 men in the backfield. A couple of offset, and the handoff straight up the middle. Ball carrier Jake Pittman. Pittman getting about 4 yards on the play. 4th down. A long 6 for the Gladiators. They lead in the contest 8-0 here in the 3rd quarter. Wildcats back deep to receive the punt, attempted punt. Snap is kind of to the right, but a nice job handling is Varsucci. Varsucci kicks it all the way down and starting it at the 35. Still going, and it finally brought down. Nice run back.
By number 17, John Hunter. And we do have a flag on the field.
Hunter making his stop. I believe that was Oncuso on the return.
Okay, we have an announcement for the people that are in the stands across the way.
The penalty is going to work against the Wildcats.
We're not supposed to be on that side. Those bleachers are closed today. So they've asked if you would please move to this side of the stadium.
So a clipping penalty against the Wildcats negates a good return on the kick. Going to bring them all the way back to their own 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for Oceanside.
A big penalty on that one. It's going to bring the ball
down by 8 points here in the 3rd quarter.
Looks like they're going to spot it at about the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Oceanside.
And the Gladiators want to call timeout. Looked like they had wholesale substitutions and just too many players running around out there.
Timeout.
They didn't want to get a penalty. And it's timeout on the field. 8-0, Poway.
Going to bring up 1st down.
1st down, the ball is at the 18-yard line for the Wildcats.
We have a flag.
And his handoff, and he was looking for somebody to give it to.
By number 40, Kyle Grantham.
Grantham looking for somebody to give it to, but there was nobody there as Daniel Shea was holding on to him.
Looks like that tackle made by number 46, Ryan Davidson. Also in on the number 80, Michael Love.
Davidson, low. Like Shea was in there.
An illegal motion call.
Illegal motion against Oceanside. Those are the types of things you don't want to do inside your own red zone.
Penalty is declined. It'll be 2nd down. Looks like
penalty declined because of the tackle. 2nd down and 13 yards to go. Anthony Jordan looking over the defense. Jordan got to keep it himself. Doesn't get much. Just want to get the ball going forward. Not a bad idea by Jordan and company.
Ball carried on that one by the quarterback, number 1, Anthony Jordan.
Sometimes you just have to settle everybody down as they had the procedure penalty and get that offense into the right idea, the framework. We have to go forward. We need to block people and we need to get yardage. No doubt, 12 yards to go for the Wildcats. They go with the formation 3 wide set. Jordan going to throw to one of them, and it was almost picked off. Almost intercepted. Nick Davila almost had an interception and would have made the score 14-0. They call it a lateral. Tough to see from this angle, but the officials are right there. And so the recovery by the Gladiators, Davila getting it. Good job. He came in there. He saw the play, got his hand on the ball, and in doing so, because it was a lateral, he got on the ball. Smart play by Nick Davila. First down and 10. The ball is at the 10-yard line.
Hand off to number 48, Kenny Campbell.
Brandon McKnight gives it to Campbell, and Campbell doesn't go anywhere laterally along the line of scrimmage.
It looks like he may have lost a yard.
Getting in there to make the play was Joshua Klimick. Klimick making the play for Oceanside. Second down. And really, they just got to get to the heel of the goal line in order to get a first down.
Second down, Poway.
Miles Gilbert. Gilbert trying to cut inside of a block.
Picks up about a yard or so.
Gets a couple of yards. Shane Anderson in on a play for the Wildcats. Third down and 9. About 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Eight nothing, the Gladiators lead, and a timeout called by Oceanside. Poway leading 8-0. We'll be right back. Third down.
With 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
About 9 yards to go.
Third down, Poway.
3.5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Poway up 8-0. The handoff, and he's got good yardage, but he's not going to make it to the first down marker. Kenny Campbell, the running back. Nice run by Kenny, getting a good 5 yards on a play. Going to make it fourth down. And a short 4. And what are they going to decide to do? With the way they got their 2 points, they could almost kick a field goal here. But then again, that ball was being placed down on a tee, so a little different story. Two-man in the backfield. He's going to throw it across the way to touchdown! Nick Walker! To Versace, and Versace was right there. Stepped just inside the defender and caught the football. Good throw and a good catch. Walker to Versace. And it's 14-0, and now the Gladiators with an opportunity here to go up 16-0.
Here we go with the point after.
Again, Johnny Aguirre, high snap, and it's placed down, and it's not going to work. But they pick it up. Picking it up that time was Kenny Campbell to try to make something out of it. It still could have got 1 point, but Kenny was quickly swarmed under. And the play is over with. But they leave 14-0 with 3 minutes or 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to play in a third quarter. It is 2 minutes 42 seconds left to play in the third quarter between the Oceanside Wildcats of the Pop Warner Pee Wee variety and the Poway Gladiators here at Poway High School. City of Poway, and it's going to be Johnny Aguirre to kick it at a 40. This time, no onside. It touches one player, and they're going to try to do a lateral to each other, and they might have created more of a problem by giving the football back.
Looks like that ball was recovered by now.
Alderez Sy Atten. Alderez Syatten making the play as he is able to keep possession of the football for the Wildcats. Oh, shit. What the hell was that?
It's going to be first down for Oceanside. They've got the ball on their own 43-yard line.
First down, the ball at the 43-yard line. The handoff, this time it's going off the right side. And that's Akuso getting the call. Akuso getting it to 45-yard line. Found a little running room there.
It's going to bring up second down for Oceanside.
Second down. And about along 6 for the Wildcats. Down by 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points.
Second down, Oceanside.
Jordan going to hand it off to the first man through off the right side.
In on that stop, number 33, Cody Olshoffer.
Olshoffer in on a stop for the Gladiators.
Looks like no gain on that play. It's going to bring up third down.
Cody from his inside linebacking position was able to flow to the play and make the stop. Third down, the ball just across the 45 to the 46. And let's see what Oceanside is going to do. The young Wildcats
Third down, Oceanside.
at the helm of the offensive set. Jordan turns, is going to keep it. He's going to try to just beat somebody towards the sidelines around the end and running him down, showing his speed.
Looks like no gain.
Miles Gilbert.
Fourth down.
Going to be 4th down and long. Nice job by Gilbert to chase him down. Let's see what the Wildcats are going to do now. Ball is resting at the 45. Lost about a yard on the play. Dropping back is Omid Versace.
On fourth down, back to kick. Bounces over the head of Omid Versace. He fumbles.
Bounces over the head, and let's see. Looks like the Gladiators have retained the football,
By Poway. It'll be first and 10 Poway.
but we look like they have a player down on the field for the Wildcats. Can't quite see his number. And we'll be back after this brief timeout. 14-0 Poway. Joshua Klimek was hurt on the play, and he's assisted over to the bench on the Oceanside sidelines.
First and 10 for the Poway Gladiators on the 25-yard line.
First down, the ball is at the 25 for the Poway Gladiators. Under center, Nick Walker. Nick hands off straight up the middle. And the Oceanside defense stiffens up on the play.
And there's the end of the third quarter.
That's going to signify the end of the third quarter of action here at Poway.
Oceanside 0.
And it scores 14-0 Poway.
From the officials is that we have 1 second left on the clock in the third quarter.
And the officials say that there's still 1 second left to play in the third quarter. So they will run this play here, and that will end the third quarter officially on the field. PA announcer a little bit ahead of things here.
Now we have the end of the third quarter. Poway.
And here we go with the official start of the fourth quarter. The handoff straight up the middle. And the Wildcats trying to strip the football. But a nice job done by Scott Lemon to hold on to the football. Didn't want the pigskin to get away from his hands into the other team's hands on the play.
That's going to bring up fourth down for Poway. It looks like about 6.
Now they say the pigskin, and actually the football is, as we all know, in this case, Pop Warner football is not actually a pigskin. It is plastic, which they inflate air into it.
Back to kick, number 14, Omen Versace. Bouncing, hopping kick.
Versace with his kick. Down, there's a fumble. The ball is on the ground, and who's going to get it? Looks like Oceanside might get it.
As soon as we get the call from the officials.
Yeah, Clemp against Oceanside. That is the second time they've had that happen to them in the game.
That's a clipping call against Oceanside.
Got to be able to, if you're going to make that block, got to know how to make that block when the guy's body is turned in the other way. And youngsters still learn that. And doesn't even matter when you get into the NFL, the players, they've known that for years, what they're supposed to do, and they still clip another player.
It'll be first down.
But you don't see it as much, because usually by then they pretty much picked up what they're supposed to do. Sometimes just over aggressiveness at that level. Timeout on the field. 14-0, Poway. First down of all is at the 30-yard line. For the Oceanside Wildcats. Wildcats down by 2 scores and 2 extra points. That is the work ahead of them here in the fourth quarter.
Football action. First and 10.
Pitch out to Akuso. And being brought down.
23, Miles Gilbert.
Miles Gilbert. Gilbert has not been fooled on that play, and he has been able to drag down Akuso. Or basically the quarterback, whoever tries to run laterally, Jordan has tried to do it. It hasn't fooled Gilbert. You often look here and you say, well, how do they only win 2 games during the season? Because they are not playing like a team that has won 2 games today.
Here we go, second down for Oceanside. Straight up the middle. Ball carried by number 1.
The handoff straight up the middle. Jordan, the keeper.
8 or 9 yards on that one. Going to bring up third down.
Going to be third down now and 5 yards to go.
Looks like he was stopped by number 20, Daniel Shea.
Daniel Shea in on the stop. And Ryan Ford. Again, that 3 wide set that the Wildcats have employed. And Jordan is not going anywhere as he decides to keep it. And there's a host of green over there on him.
Quarterback number 1, Anthony Jordan, taken down.
Matt Engler was over there.
By number 17, John Hunter.
Johnny Hunter also in on the play. Clock becoming the ally of the Poway Gladiators. 4th down and 9 yards to go for Oceanside.
Here we go, 4th down. They're going to kick it?
They're going to kick it, and the kicker was hit on the play. I don't see any flag, though. It goes all the way down to the 47-yard line, and it stopped right there.
Ball is down at the 47-yard line of Poway. It's going to be first and 10.
And the coaching staff on the Oceanside does not like that because of the fact that their kicker was hit on the play, and they felt that they should have got a call, but it didn't do it. Saw a play like that in high school football last night. Marion Catholic playing Escondido's Valley Center, and the official took a long look at it, and then he finally drew the flag. And a player from Marion Catholic, the punter, was hurt somewhat on the play.
Go first down, Poway.
The handoff.
32, Nick Davila.
Avila.
He drives forward.
Nick Davila finding running room off the left side of the line of scrimmage. Second down. And a couple of yards to go. Good first down game for Nick Davila. They can be content, the Gladiators, to just run the football, eat up the clock, and win this game with a 14-0 lead, or more if they can get in the end zone. The Wildcats, they've got to try to stop them on 3 plays and get the football back. Keeping it there is Nick Walker. Walker looks like he's got a first down. He does, and that doesn't work for the Wildcats, as now Poway will have another set of downs. All they want to do is move the sticks. Here's Brandon McKnight into the contest. He scored one of the touchdowns on the game. Versace caught the touchdown pass for the other one for Poway. Aguirre, the 2-pointer. That is your scoring. 5:41, clock counting down here at Poway High School. Gladiators comfortably ahead. The handoff to Davila again, and Davila getting the ball down to the 40-yard line.
Nick Davila.
And the Wildcats continue to watch precious time run off the clock. You keep the ball on the ground, the clock continues to move. No need to pass the football if you're Poway and the head coach John Walker. Full house backfield. Hands it off the left side.
Ball carried again by number 32, Nick Davila.
Davila getting a couple yards.
Let's hear it for the Wolf Park as they go around the track, warming up for their game.
Ball at just inside the 40-yard line. Third down and about 7 yards to go.
Left to go in this game.
4.5 left to play. Handing it off to Scotty Lemon.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looks like we know.
Brandon McKnight, the quarterback, and a timeout on the field. And that's called by Oceanside. 4th down, and they want to have a talk over there about what they're going to do on 4th down. We'll be right back. 14-0 Poway. 4th down and about 7 yards to go. And the Gladiators are in a position to kick it.
4th down, Poway.
Dropping back deep to receive. Number 29, and that's Justin Cannon. Versace, Cannon has it. Nice catch there at the 14-yard line. Cannon across the 20, Cannon across the 25, Cannon over to the 30. Cannon's got some room. Cannon's going to try to run it all the way. Cannon's at the 30. Cannon is out racing the defenders. Cannon is going to score. Touchdown, Oceanside. Justin Cannon ran the ball all the way from his own 13-yard line for a run back on the punt of a touchdown. And it is now 14-6. Good blocking on the run back along the left side, the short side of the field, and it worked. 87-yard punt return for a touchdown. And all of a sudden, Oceanside back in the game. But the snap is high, and it's intercepted as they try to throw it after the snap was high.
Looks like the officials will blow dead, but that interception
It's blown dead.
Number 33, Cody Elshoffer.
And not feeling too good. Over there
No good. With 3 minutes
was Ryan
left, it's Poway
Mikulak,
and the Wildcats.
or maybe that was Joshua Feely. I think it was Mikulak that had to try to deal with that play. 14-6. We'll be right back. And here's the kickoff. The Oceanside Wildcats scoring their first touchdown of the contest, getting it here in the fourth quarter. They're down by 8 points as they weren't able to get the extra 2 points.
Like an attempted onside kick.
Attempted onside kick, but it might work against them. As there's a block, and he runs into his own blocker.
Number 32, Nick Davila. And 48, Kenny Campbell have a little collision on the
Davila, Campbell,
turn nonetheless.
and that stopped maybe a touchdown on the near side.
And Nick Davila.
However, a nice run, though. A good, close to 15, 16-yard run on the kickoff.
39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Poway.
Ball is now at the 39-yard line, and again, Poway, all they have to do is just run the football and get the sticks to move again after they get that first down, and they can pretty much put this one away. But if you're Oceanside, you're thinking, as they've tried before in this contest, to try to strip the football and get it and get a chance. Let's see what happens. Hand off straight up the middle. Brandon McKnight.
About 2 or 3 yards on that one. It's going to bring us 2nd down, Poway.
Kenny Campbell getting the call. Going to be 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Clock again is one of those things that's working for Poway and the Wildcats coaching staff, hoping that they can somehow get a hold of the football here, because they may not have much time to work with, even if they do stop them on 4th down. Second down and 8, and a flag flies. Too much time on the play. Of course, that works in the favor of the Poway Gladiators because time is on their side. 2:49 left to play in the game.
5-yard penalty. Looks like it'll be 2nd down, about 13.
Of course, the clock instantly stops and won't start until snap the football.
Pitch back to number 23, Miles Gilbert.
Miles Gilbert trying to find some running room. Can't do it as good pursuit by the Wildcats.
That's going to bring up 3rd down. Actually, they're showing it as about a loss of a yard.
Kyle Grantham getting in there and helping out on the tackle. 3rd down and about 14 yards to go. Nice 70-some-odd degree day here in Poway. 2 minutes and 9 seconds and counting down here at Poway High School. The Poway Pop Warner Pee Wee Gladiators leading 14-6 over the Oceanside Wildcats. And there's a flag on the field. It looks like it's going to be more of a delay of game.
Looks like we have another delay.
Ball moved back to the 49-yard line, 3rd down and long. And if you're Oceanside, you might be saying if we stop them here, we're going to call timeout.
Looks like a reverse to number
But on a reverse, trying to get it Versace to the far side. He's finally dragged down by 2 of the white and green.
Going to bring up 4th down and long for Poway.
And it'll be 4th down and long yards to go. The clock is moving. One thing that was good for Versace, he was dragged down inside the playing area. So by not going out of bounds, that works in favor of his ball club.
We're down to 1:26 in this game.
Nick Walker comes in as the quarterback on 4th down. And they might run some more time before they decide to kick it or make the play go. And they're not going to kick it. They're going to keep it. 4th down and long. They're going to pitch it out to Versace. Versace coming to the left side. Versace's got room. Versace is brought down at about the 32.
Looks like about
But the clock stops, and that works for Oceanside as he did not get the 1st down. And the Wildcats will have 55 seconds left to play in the game to try to tie the score.
this exciting game.
In order to do that, they've got to score a touchdown and 2 extra points. We'll be right back after this. Anthony Jordan is the quarterback. Number 1 for the Wildcats. He's got 3 men in the backfield. Flag on the play. His passing play is just out of the intended
Pass intended for.
reach. Looked like it was Ryan Mikulak
Pass intended for number 29, Justin.
or Justin Cannon, actually.
We do have
And
a flag on the
Cannon
play.
was not able to get to that one. Illegal procedure, but they decline it.
Decline. That's
2nd down and 10.
For Oceanside.
2nd down and 10 yards to go. Just 50 seconds left to play.
Second down Oceanside from their own 31-yard line.
Ball at the 31. Jordan rolling to his left. Jordan going to keep it. Jordan wants to get out of bounds. He's still going to stay in bounds. He has a block, and he doesn't get out of bounds till the 46-yard line. Nice run. The ball is at 40 seconds left to play. Clock stopped. Nice run by Jordan. Good call by the coach, Kenny Akuso, as he decided to have Jordan not underneath the center, but have him a few yards back in like a
First and 10 Oceanside.
a position whereby he can get and roll out. And this time he rolls out, he throws, he's got his receiver at the 30. He is brought down, Justin Cannon. Cannon catches the football inside the 30 at the 27.
Number 59, Jacob Ray.
Jake Ray makes the stop. The longest pass play of the game.
Like the officials are going to start the ball at about the 27-yard line of Poway.
1st down and 10 at the 26. And stopping the clock quickly is Anthony Jordan. Good job. And with the 25 ticks showing on the clock, we believe that's official time left. It's 14-6 Poway. Timeout.
Timeout Poway. Correct that there is 25 seconds left on the clock. We know it's hard to see, so we're trying to keep you updated with how much time is left.
Just give me the sign, bro. "25 ticks left on the clock here in the game. 2nd down, 10 yards to go for Oceanside, the Wildcats. A fumble, and if Green gets it, it's over.
It is recovered by Poway.
Poway has the football, and for all intents and purposes, the game is over. The turnover by the Wildcats, and turnovers in this game, 2 here in the second half unofficially, and it really has cost them. On a drive that they were trying to get a tying score possibly. And so Poway now, all they have to do, pretty much take one knee, and the game is going to be over. But not without a fought effort by the Wildcats as they return a punt for a touchdown. But the problem was it was a little bit late in the game for it. And the offense, the ground game for Poway has been strong, and it has been enough to win this football game for them. The defense has played well too. Stymied the Wildcats on opportunities where they could get any kind of consistent stuff going. 1 second, and that's going to do it. The Poway Gladiators win their 3rd game of the season, and they win their last one before going to Las Vegas to play in the Las Vegas Bowl. And that is always the type of thing you need to feel good about yourself as a team. And they'll have undoubtedly a lot of fun playing in the Las Vegas Bowl against whoever their opponent is. But the Wildcats come in here and in this invitational game, and they just didn't quite have the types of things they needed consistently to win the football game on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And they fall short by 8 points, 14-6. The old London Bridges by the wonderful cheerleaders of Poway Gladiators. They do a fine job, and you know, we'll be in the later stages of the regional competition and that for the Gladiators, and no doubt have helped them again today. Good job to both coaching staffs, and we hope you enjoyed the contest today here at Poway High School. Stick around, there'll be more. Greg Porter back here with the winners in this invitational game today, the Poway Gladiators. And you are?
David Sylvester, and I play defensive line and offensive guard.
Okay. You had a lot of fun out there on defense. Your defense was really good, and your offense was doing a good job making holes today. Kind of talk a little bit about how it was to play in this game today.
Pretty fun.
What was probably the best thing that you did today that you liked?
Made a hole, and
the running back was able to go for a long ways.
yeah.
Seems like you guys were doing that today, and it makes it fun when things are going right on a game like this today, right?
Yeah.
What do you do when you're not involved with football?
I bike.
Okay, and you bike, and where do you bike? Just bike around?
I go off jumps.
Okay, is that a lot of fun?
Yeah.
All right. Is it you and a bunch of buddies, or?
Yeah, me and a bunch of buddies.
Yeah, you just kind of, you guys build your own jumps and stuff, or?
No, our friends have their own jumps, and they let us.
They let you guys use them?
Yeah.
What school you go to?
Terra Bonita.
You like that school?
Kind of.
All right. Okay, let me talk to your teammate. You are?
Max Engler. I play offensive guard.
Okay. Offensive guard, is that a tough position?
Sometimes when all the pressure's on you and you have to open the hole for running back.
You got to make a way, right?
Yeah.
What got you into playing that position?
I'm not really sure. I just.
Somebody said if you push the other guy, then you can make a hole and you guys will score touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the favorite things you like to do. Tell me what you like to do.
I like hanging out with David, skateboarding. rollerblading.
You rollerblade together and stuff?
Yeah, skate parks.
Yeah. Okay, you guys extreme game guys one day, or are you going to play this game of football as far as you can play it?
I think I'll go as far as I can play it.
All right, maybe Poway High School and maybe into the college, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me talk to your teammate, and you are?
Bobby Nelson, and I play center and defensive nose guard.
Okay. Defensive nose guard, that's a position you really have to be tough because if you're not tough right there, they're going to be making plays to get a lot of yards, right?
Kind of, yeah. You have to plug up the holes.
Right. Seems like you guys were able to plug up the holes and you made them run laterally along the line of scrimmage, and they really didn't. That wasn't working for them because you guys were able to get them.
Yeah.
Talk about the way the season has been and what you look forward to in the big Las Vegas game you guys play.
Well, the season's pretty good. We lost several games, and we had a couple of good ones. And the Las Vegas game, I don't know. It's just another extra bonus.
Yeah, just extra bonus. So you get to travel and maybe walk into one of the places, casinos or something like that. Not that you're going to gamble, but you walk in there and, you know, they have a lot of things to do over there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, guys. You guys played a good football game today, and good luck in the future and playing a game with a pigskin. And we're back with some more Poway Gladiators, and you are?
Miles Gilbert, number 23, running back and defensive cornerback.
Miles, you had one of those games, you know, that you like to remember, you know, for the future, you know, and it kind of helps you prepare better for the future if you play like today.
Yes, it really does.
Yeah. What's the best thing that you saw in your team today that maybe wasn't there in some of the games you lost?
Definitely stopping the outside run more, and yeah, mostly we stopped the offense wherever they went, so that was pretty good.
You chased down a bunch of guys, and the thing is, you got to have speed, but your teammates got to cut them off in the middle and make them make another decision, right?
Yes. If they're running outside, you got to cut them back in so the rest of the people can catch up and make the tackle.
And you guys were flowing good today, and then again on offense, you were doing the types of things you need to do on offense. Talk about your offense, the way you guys are playing today.
We made a few big plays to get downfield, and we scored a few touchdowns, and that was enough to win the game.
Exactly. What do you look forward to in the future for playing this game? Is this a game you feel that you can play all the way up to the college?
Yeah, I hope I can. It's really fun. I like it a lot.
It seems like you guys have a good Pop Warner program, you know, that leads here to Poway High School. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, the Pop Warner program here is really well organized. It's fun. It's really safe, and I like it a lot.
Alrighty. Let me talk to your teammate. Give him a little time in here, and you are?
Nicholas Walker, and I play quarterback.
Okay. Nick, you ran the offense really well today. Of course, so did your teammate at the quarterback position, Brandon. Talk a little bit about what you saw from your teammates from the quarterback position today that made the game fun for you.
The line was blocking really well, and the running backs were just getting downfield, and it helped us win.
Yeah, it really did. Shuffling you in and out with your teammate and stuff, does that really kind of help you to take a look at what's going on out there when you're off on the sidelines?
Yeah, it does.
And so maybe one day that could really benefit you.
Yeah, probably will.
Okay, talk about some things you don't do, or you do when you're not playing football. When the football is shut down, what do you do?
I usually play roller hockey or baseball in the off season, or I just ride my bike.
Okay, do you do roller hockey with any of these guys right here or what?
No.
All right, but that is another sport you like to play.
Yeah.
All right. Let me talk to your teammate. Great game, Nick, and you are?
Omid Versace.
Omid, you played a great game today. Of course, you did score a touchdown, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
That was a nice pass play, and I believe that was from your teammate right here, wasn't it?
Yeah, Nick Walker.
Well, describe that passing play because it seemed like they had somewhat of a tight coverage on the play, but you still were able to find a little seam and score the touchdown.
Well, the guys didn't. I don't know what to say.
It just seemed like he dropped back and threw the ball real nicely to you, and you were able to, you know, step away and find a spot there in the end zone and touchdown, right?
Yeah.
There was a some other plays out there. Kind of describe how that went for you.
Well, I'm pretty good.
Any particular play that you really enjoyed in this game?
The one that was a reverse. I ran for almost a first down, but didn't make it. I don't like that much.
Yeah, it's close. What's the neatest thing about playing a game of football that maybe is going to carry you to play it in the future, maybe up to the college level? That's different than other sports that you like about.
I can carry the ball. I can run the ball. I can tackle.
Can you throw it?
Well,
If you have to?
Yeah.
If they call your number, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, when you're not playing football, what do you do?
Play soccer and basketball.
Okay. Yeah, so might I see you next week at the Del Mar Surf Cup playing soccer?
No.
I'll be there, though. There's a lot of good soccer. Let me talk to your teammate here, and you are?
Cody Olshofer, linebacker.
Cody, you made some plays. Your name was called nicely out there on linebacker, swarming over there to stop their offense. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Talk about some of the other things that make it fun to play this game.
I like the excitement, and it's not really a slow-moving game. That's pretty much it.
Okay. What do you look forward to in the future, maybe, that's going to help you play this game in college?
Well, my dad's been helping me out a lot since this is my first year. He's been helping me, and I guess that's really it.
Okay. I got a question for all you guys. There's a movie out. It's called How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You guys going to see that?
Yeah, probably. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One last thing to say for the camera. You guys want to say? Go ahead.
Go Gladiators! Going all the way to Vegas.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks. And let me talk to this man right here. And you are?
Bo Brewer. I play right receiver and defensive back.
Okay. Playing a wide receiver in a game where, there's not a lot of balls thrown out there, you still have to do other things. And what do you got to do?
I have to block. I usually block whoever's open, and I usually help out my friend Boshaw.
And those blocks are key because to get around the end, if you don't make those blocks, sometimes they're not going to be able to go for a lot of yards or maybe a touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the thing that was different in this game for you than in the other games that you saw about your own play and about your team's play?
Could you repeat the question?
Okay, just in this game, what was neat about this game that was different maybe than some of the other games you guys played?
Well, it was worth a lot more. And it was their last time the whole team's probably going to be together because not everyone's going to go to Vegas.
Okay.
And it was a lot more fun than normal games.
All right. What do you do when you're not playing football?
I play basketball.
Okay. So are you one of the few basketball players on the team? There's a few guys that play basketball? Or do you guys all play it, but maybe you're the only one that plays on like a team?
I don't know.
Yeah, But you have fun playing it.
Yeah. I've played for about 8 years.
Okay. All right, well, let me talk to your teammate, and you are?
Wesley Jones, and I play offensive left end and defensive free safety.
Okay. Playing free safety, that's a tough position. You got to know what's going on back there with the defense. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, and you can't really see where the ball's going because everybody in front of you is in the way. Yeah, and it's really tough because if there's a motion and you have to fill in on the other side, but it might be a reverse and stuff like that.
So they can try to trick you, right? Yeah. Okay, when you're not playing football, what do you like to do?
I play basketball usually. Yeah, basketball. That's it.
So you and your teammate here have a pretty good jump shot, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Let me talk to your teammate over here. And you are?
Brian Hernandez, play defensive tackle and defensive nose guard.
Okay. defensive tackle, defensive nose guard, they're somewhat similar positions. They kind of help you to think about how the offense is going to do you and what they're trying to do by playing those two positions.
Yeah. So, like, if, I don't know.
different formations or whatever, you're able to adjust, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of formations, I saw one thing out there, and you guys realize this, that they kept trying to spread out three guys, to spread you guys out defensively. What'd your coach tell you about that kind of stuff?
Well, he really didn't say anything, though. At least I don't remember.
Okay. But when they were doing that, was that confusing, or how did it work for you?
It was confusing.
But you guys were able to figure it out, though, eventually, right?
Yeah. So we figured it out, and then we started doing all this other stuff and everything.
Showed you guys are a good team. What do you do when you're not playing football?
Play more football.
That's a good answer. I like that. All right, let me talk to your teammate over here, the outside of you, and you are?
Scott Boshaw on right tackle on offense and on the line for defense.
Okay. On the offensive line, playing right tackle, that's a big position. There's a guy that I used to play with. He's in the Hall of Fame. Well, I didn't used to play with him, but I went to school with him, named Anthony Munoz, and he used to pancake people, went to USC, and then, of course, played for the Cincinnati Bengals. Do you think maybe one day you might have a chance to play maybe in a college and go on?
I don't know, but I hope so.
Yeah, you like this game. It's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah, it's really fun.
What do you do when you're not playing football?
Basketball.
Okay. You got the jump shot too, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, any one last thing you want to say as a group about the Gladiators?
Yeah. Beat them up in Las Vegas.
Thanks, guys. How about we talk to some more Poway Gladiators? And you are?
Daniel Shea. I play offensive tight end. That's it.
Okay. Talk a little bit about the position of offensive tight end. It's a great position. There's a man in San Diego that's doing a lot for schools now. His name is Kellen Winslow. He used to play for the Chargers. He's on their 40th anniversary team they had last week. This big celebration. Tight end could be an awesome position. Mike Ditka played that too. Talk a little bit about it.
Well, every position is really hard for what you have to do, but tight end, I really like it because you get the ball and you always get passes or you block. So it's not that hard. So it's one of the more easier positions.
When you're not playing tight end, what do you do? I mean, what's the thing that you enjoy doing when you're not playing tight end, out on the field or playing football? What do you do?
I like playing linebacker. Yeah, I've played it in a few games and made a few tackles, but I'm not as good as most of my friends.
But it's kind of fun to play the junior Seau role for a minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get in there and make a play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep them from passing it or running the football. Anything else you'd like to say to us?
No, that's it.
That's it right now. Let me talk to your teammate.
Hi, my name is Nick Soddy. I play defense, left tackle on the defense. That's it.
Nick, you went off, of course, you're holding your hand there. Tell me a little bit about that. And you went off a couple times in this game.
Yeah, well, sometimes, the first few times I went out, I just got hit on the hand with like a helmet or something, but this time he was trying to cut block me and he accidentally kicked my finger. So that really hurt, so I had to get some ice.
You gotta keep that ice on it and, maybe get some other things going with it, to help the pain and stuff. And hopefully you'll be ready to go next time you play football, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's one of the things about football. It can be tough, like any sport, and you got to bounce back from injuries. Does it seem like you guys have been pretty much injury-free during the year?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, every game somebody goes off the field limping or holding their hand or something, but it never lasts for more than one game.
That's not going to deter you from continuing to play the sport, maybe to the college level, right?
Yeah.
All right. You guys got a great Pop Warner program. Let me talk to your teammate. And you are?
Eric Lanier, number 30. I play right tackle and linebacker.
Okay. Eric, talk a little bit about today's game and what you're going to look forward in the game of football in the future.
Scoring touchdowns.
Oh, that's a big thing. You score touchdowns. It seems to give you confidence, doesn't it? What do you like to do when you're not involved with football?
Baseball.
Okay. So you're one of the few baseball players on this team? Or does a lot of guys play?
I think a lot of guys play.
Okay. All right. What position in baseball?
First base and pitcher.
So you could possibly be a two-sport star in high school, right? That would be fun, right? Yeah. Get a couple letters, right, on your Letterman jacket. Okay. Thanks. Let me talk to your teammate here, and you are?
Ryan Davidson, number 46. I play linebacker.
All right. The defense today was outstanding because they were trying to do what they could to try to win this game, especially when it came down to the last minute there. They scored that punt return for a touchdown, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're in the game. What were you thinking about for your teammates at that time?
We just broke down at that time. As a team, we just broke down, and that was what really made them score that touchdown.
It's one of those plays.
Yeah.
You guys probably haven't had too many of those plays during this season like that.
No, to say that was the first.
Yeah. Well, you guys definitely didn't shake you up to where you could not win the football game, and is that the neat thing about this game? Because a bunch of guys can rally together with the same mind and say, "Hey, man, we're not going to lose this. We worked too hard to win it."
Yeah, you're down. You can just come back. It's an easy game to win.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do you do when you're not playing football?
I play basketball.
Okay. All right. Dribble the ball around a little bit, huh?
Uh-huh.
All right, you guys. Well, give me something for the camera here and your parents.
All the way to Vegas. We're going to win there.
All the way.
Game.
All right. Thanks. Okay, back with the last four, we believe, of the Poway Strong Gladiators today. Isn't it kind of neat to have your name as the Gladiators as a team?
Yes, very much.
You are. Tell us who you are.
I'm Jake Pittman. I play two-back, and I also play inside backer, and I've been playing for 3 years.
Is the game easier as it moves on? I mean, as far as the understanding of the game, I know it gets tougher as you get older, but I mean, as far as size and guys hitting you and running around and speed and stuff, but it gets easier to understand?
Yeah, because you're getting hit more, and I get used to it. And
but it's still a fast game. There's a lot of things going on. Huh?
yeah, it's really fast.
Your coaches seem to do a good job of preparing you for the game. Talk a little bit about that.
During practices, we have 3 practices a week, and we do really hard drills, and he makes us run a lot.
Well, you got to be in condition. That helps out later in the game, doesn't it? Well, you guys still got some wind. You see the other teams, like sometimes because you guys are conditioned well, they're kind of like, you can tell they're tired. Huh?
Yeah, I've seen that around the field.
So you think you're going to play this game into college, at least through high school, right?
Yeah.
All right. What do you do when you're not involved in football?
I play baseball.
What position?
Pitcher.
Okay. All right. Well, let me talk to your teammate, and you are. Tell us your position area.
Michael Love, and I play wide receiver and cornerback.
Okay. Playing cornerback is a position you got to have some speed, but you got to have something else. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, you got to be tough enough because you have to block enough and make it look fake sometimes. Like if you're running for a pass and someone else is going to get it.
You got that right. And sometimes you got to know where it looks like that quarterback's going to throw the football.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to be ready for the run, too, don't you?
Yeah, a lot.
It's a lot of things that makes this game fun. Talk about what do you look forward to in the game of football in the future, and maybe what you do when you're not playing football.
I look forward to getting more passes in wide receiver and running the ball more. And when I don't play football, I play baseball and basketball.
So you're looking for all those letters on your jacket, right? When you get in high school, right?
Probably just football. Okay. I think it's the best sport.
All right. Let me talk to your teammate. And you are?
Hi, I'm Johnny Aguirre, and I play offensive guard and some defense and kicker.
That last one, I think I saw you do something that scored you a couple of points on that last one. Talk about that.
Yeah, I kicked the field goal, which led us to 8-0, and well, like it's kind of hard being a field goaler because you have to like work under pressure, and most of the time you don't know if it's going to be a bad snap or something, and that's what happened on my second kick. It was a bad snap, and so we didn't get that point.
Now tell me what happens. Tell us all what happens if you have it like in the second half or the second time you guys had a bad snap, and then you have to recover it. What happens if you don't recover it and they get it? Tell us, can they get any points off that?
Yeah, if they run it in for a touch, if they run it into their end zone, they could get 6 points, which gives them a touchdown. So, and we really don't want them to get that. Otherwise, they would have won or would have tied us.
Exactly. Seems like you got a good holder, and seems like you got a good foot. You think you might do it in high school? Be a kicker?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to go all the way to pro.
All right. Well, that guy that I mentioned, Anthony Munoz, was also a kicker in high school. Of course, Hall of Fame in the NFL that I went to school with back way when you weren't even thought about. But let me find out some of the other things you like to do when you're not involved with football.
Well, I like to BMX bike, and because I think it's really fun. And me and my brother, we create big ramps, and it's real fun to go off.
Cool. Let me talk to your teammate over here, and he's not in the jersey anymore, but tell me your number and what position you play.
Hi, I'm Jake Ray. I'm number 59, and I play defensive safety.
Okay. Jake, you made a play that I didn't forget. Towards the end of the game that was real important. They threw a pass, the longest pass play, I believe, of the game. You could probably testify to that. And you were right there to make the tackle. If you don't make that tackle, he might go in there for the touchdown. Talk about that.
Well, I could have made an interception if I tried, but I didn't. So I waited till he caught it, and I tackled him.
Okay. All right, which was good because if you don't tackle him, look out. They've got maybe a tie score. Right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun when you guys make plays, and this was one of those fun games to play in today. Talk about what you look forward to for next year in football, and maybe some of the other things you do when you're not involved in football.
I look forward to playing different positions and being used more, and just getting better.
That's right. And I think you're going to do that. Talk about what do you do when you're not playing football?
I'm either doing homework or playing football with my friends.
Okay. Real quick, favorite movie?
Predator.
Okay, go ahead.
Scary movie.
Okay.
I don't really have one.
All right.
Waterboy.
Okay. You guys going to see The Grinch?
Yeah, I'm going today.
Maybe.
All right. All right. One last thing for the camera.
Can't wait to go to Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Las Vegas, man. Greg Porter here, back with the brain trust of course, your Gladiators, and you are?
John Walker, head coach.
Okay. John, your kids came out and did a fine job today. They really did. The other team seemed like, at points they wanted to do some things, but every time they tried to, different formations, different types of things, you guys were able to answer the call and shut them down.
Well, that's right. Our coaches, they work real hard. They had the kids prepared. We got probably the kids, they probably work harder than any kids I've ever seen before. We're really proud of them. Proud of our fans, our cheerleaders, the whole lot of them, all the way around.
It's kind of nice to have a brain trust like this to help you make it all happen. It's kind of like, as you see in higher levels, it's like, okay, the head coach, you know, it all falls on him if the win-loss record doesn't work, you know. And I know you don't focus too much on that with the kids. It's more learning the game of football and the sport and playing it correctly, right?
You're exactly right. Probably the biggest thing we stress, of course, is safety. And secondly is sportsmanship, work on the academics, and then go from there. And these guys do a phenomenal job of teaching them the game of football.
You know, you mentioned academics. I was at a high school game yesterday down in the South Bay, and a kid for one of the high schools, unfortunately, was academically ineligible, and he's one of the top players in the county, and I really believe it cost him the game because he wasn't there. Not only was he not there, his parents weren't there, and that's really important, isn't it?
It sure is, but, you know, like we emphasize with the kids, grades come first, then athletics. You don't make the grades, can't play on the game, and I like to think, and I really do believe this, that athletics helps a lot of kids in academics, keep those grades up so they can play.
All right. Let me talk to the man right next to you, Mr. Lanier. How you doing?
Good, Greg. How are you?
All right, doing fine. Talk a little bit about the way things flowed for you guys as a squad today.
Well, all the players came out. They had a really good game. A lot of boys went out there and played their heart out, had a lot of good plays. Saw them executing the things we've been trying to teach them all year. So they got a real good, we saw what we had hoped for today. And just had a great day, and the kids, I think, had fun. And it was a little nerve-wracking at a few points in time, but it was a good game. We're really happy to have had it.
There was some awards given out here. Talk a little bit about those.
Oh, boy, I don't know.
Some of the things that it seemed like as the cheerleading or somebody was getting awards, was that part of you guys at the end of the game, or what was that?
Well, of course, it was a trophy, and we gave an award to our opponent, the Oceanside team, for coming and participating in our invitational. All the boys received a patch that they can put on a jacket or something, and then the cheerleaders were all recognized for their effort throughout the year. And
cheerleading squad, they work really hard. They were doing some things I usually don't see young girls at that level do, but obviously I guess they made regionals. They've been working really hard.
Yes, they have. Our cheer squad is going to be moving on to the competitions, and have done a great job and has been real supportive of us this year.
We'll talk to the man right next to you, get a few comments from him, and you are?
Stephen Gilbert.
All right.
Steve. John with the offense.
All right. Were you a former offensive player before, Steve?
I did. I played quarterback and split end as a young player.
All right. Was that in high school or up into college?
The equivalent of Pop Warner. They didn't have Pop Warner at the time, and then freshman high school.
All right. You, like me, played the freshman football and then said, I think I'm going to do something else.
I picked another sport.
What was that?
Baseball.
All right. Yeah. so you
excel.
Yeah, you got some baseball players on this team, too.
Yeah, there's quite a few kids with some good arms and a lot of athletic ability.
All right.
I think they could play multiple sports.
That kind of helps, you know, if they're a total athlete, doesn't it? Especially when it's come time to focus in one sport. They're already physically fit. They understand, you know, the strenuousness of you guys them running and going through all the calisthenics, and then they can just focus on the game.
Without a doubt. A lot of times coming in, if a player hadn't played before, it's tough for them to use their athletic ability on the field, on the football field, because they're concerned about the contact or whatever it is. And we saw that a lot this year, players developing as the season went on, and there was marked improvement in some of the players after they adjusted to the contact and to the play. And they just did a great job coming together as a team, and we were playing so much better now than we were in the first game of the season.
I could tell that offensive line was working today.
Yes, it was. The kids worked hard.
Let me talk to the man right next to you. I'm sure he has a part in this stake, and you are?
My name is Ron Alsoffer. I run the defensive line and the linebacker corps.
Okay, defensive line is, man, if you don't have a good defensive line, it just seems the whole defense just breaks down, doesn't it?
It pretty much does, but with the boys that we had this year, they all came together, the linebacker corps, the front, basically the pit. Without that, you don't have a defense. So they ran very well today, and they've been doing it all year.
They made some really good plays to bottle it up inside and then make them kind of go laterally, and then you had guys to run them down, didn't you?
Yeah, I put my big horses on the inside and let them do the work. We pretty much told these guys day after day, keep outside containment, and that's what they did today, and we stopped them.
Yeah, That outside containment is so key. Sweeps and stuff like that, or they're trying to run a play that way. If you do your containment, then you've got it. You can help your secondary people come up.
Yeah, fortunate enough for us, we have a little bit of speed on the secondary, so they can cover the far outside. But like I said, without my workhorses, not a whole lot's going to be getting done. But beginning of the year with this team, a lot of kids were new, first year out, and they did a wonderful job all year. Had fun time, and hopefully they go home happy.
When you guys play in the Vegas Bowl, what are you going to tell them on the defensive side to look for, as far as the other team? You're not going to have a chance maybe to scout them or nothing, but, it's a matter of reaction, right, on defense. So what are you going to tell them?
Basically right now, without knowing anything about them, I'm going to go in and say, play your game, guys. Just play your game, and then we'll read it as it goes, and we'll adjust as accordingly. Just go out and have fun. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to really play the game up here. Have fun. Don't worry about anything.
I love it. I love it. No wonder these guys continue to like the sport. And you are?
My name is Ron Allen. I also help out on the defensive end of things. I do the defensive backs and help out with the linebacking core.
Linebackers, those guys are something else. They really got to be tough. They really got to know what's going on. But conditioning is a thing, and the kids talked about how, some of the conditioning, the running and stuff is tough. Talk a little bit about that and your focus for that with the kids.
One thing you have to do with any conditioning on any football team is you cannot make it regimental. You have to make it fun for the kids. They have to not think about the fact that they're running all day long. And as long as you can do that, keep their focus on more technique things than actually running, they'll have a good time and they work for you.
Seems like these guys do. What percent of these guys, let's say on defense or on offense, you think are going to actually probably end up playing Poway High School one day? Or you don't want to make a guess?
It's kind of a tough thing because anything can happen. These kids are still pretty young. They're still coming into their own as an athlete and as a person. We try to stress the fact that as long as they're keeping their mind clear, making sure they do the scroll work, the athletic part of their careers will come. If I had to put a percentage on things, I could probably say a good 40, maybe 50% of these kids will go on.
And that's attributing to the fact that they've probably been playing up to this point, and then you guys get them and you hone them their skills even more.
That's true. We've had, like Coach Altshover said earlier, we've had a couple of kids that really surprised us, being as that they were the first year. Now, whether that meant they were the first year just here in Poway or if they'd never played before. During the beginning of the season, we saw that they had some potential. And towards the end of the season, and we saw it today out in that field, these guys really played some good football for us.
Well, that really wraps it up from the Brain Trust. They did what they had to do in this game today, and it's a fun game. It's an invitational game, and we thank Oceanside for being a part of this. And, of course, the Poway Gladiators. And the victory today, where the final score was 14-6, Poway Gladiators here at Poway High School. I'm Greg Porter for George Landman Video Sports Productions. Take care and God bless.